Huh. Okay, give me a minute.
Oh, Lauren looks very frozen.
Oh my god. Sorry, my internet's like internet at the Giveth house doesn't feel to me. GM. Wow, full house. Okay, let's get started. Did you know today is I think it's the equinox, or maybe it was yesterday, but anyway, spring, equal days and nights. That's pretty cool. So we can just jump right in to all the things, intentions and distractions for the call. Mine are on the agenda. I want to make sure that we're all good for the PFP collection because it's launching really soon. So just make sure that there's nothing we need to sort out. Also, just like get check-ins on Region Farms, Jane Vine, Mount Pelerin, the Taketh page. If there's anything we need to do for Polygon regarding givebacks, and I requested incentives for more give power. So those are like the top of my list things, but also GiveFi, quadratic funding, NFT integration. I think we can probably get through all this because I don't think there's a lot on any one. And I'm not distracted, and I'll pass it to Mohammed.
Hey guys, thanks Lauren. My intention is to talk about the optimism and Chainvine. Also, we talked in the issues and the last week call. So it's the thing that I'm working for the next few days. I have no distraction. I pass it to Cherik.
Thank you, Mohammed. Hello, guys. My intention for the call are to talk about testing Region Farm because I think it's ready, and the PFP collections badge, the new feature that Mitch requested, and also releasing the Optimism network. That's it. I pass it to Amin.
Hello, happy to be here. My intention is to talk about optimism integration and also the PFP, new feature for badge. Setting profile picture for token holders and showing badge for NFT holders. That's it. I pass it to Franco.
Thank you. Hello everybody. My intentions is just streaming the call and catching up with everything that's going on. Distractions, nothing except for fixing Lauren's internet, I guess. And I'll pass it to Mitch.
Thanks. Yeah, just like Amin said, working on this PFP badge thing, getting ready to open the early minting list for the PFP collection. What else? I don't know. All the other things that Lauren's got for us, I'll just kind of hang out and listen in. And I will pass it on to Mary Jaff.
Mary Jeff, if you're there, intentions and distractions. Oh, you can't hear a voice. Can everybody else hear? I think it might be you, Mary Jeff. Okay, let's pass it on to Corey.
Hey, thanks. My intention for the call is, also a lot of the things that have already been mentioned. Want to hear what's going on with the PFP collection that we're up to speed on everything for the launch this week, and also anything regarding optimism and if there's anything related to any of the things that are specifically for this week. Just want to make sure we're on track for comms. And distractions, not really any, pretty focused, so present today. I'll pass it to Tosin.
Hi, everybody. My intention is just to actually listen in and actually to provide some update in maybe terms of the PFP and probably the GIVE too. I'm not really distracted, just working a little bit in the background. I'll pass to Mo.
Thanks. I'm just here to listen as well, and see what's going on here, and no distracted. I just maybe have to leave in 30 minutes. That's it. I pass it to the next person. Who is it? I mean, I heard someone unmute.
Let's give it to Jake.
Oh.
Cool. Honestly, I don't think I have much to offer except my ears on this one this week, so I'm going to be listening in. Distractions, I had to run out last second, so I'm just navigating horrible Tbilisi traffic. And let me pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Jake, GM, everyone. My intentions for the call is the PFP collection and updates on the NFT research. And of course, get updated on the rest of the stuff on chain activism. And I'll pass it to Kotabe.
Okay, Kotabe. Can you unmute? Let's pass it to Mary Jaff. Mary Jaff, can you hear us now? Oh no. Okay, well, that's everybody. Everybody who can speak at least. Cool. Let's dive into the PFP collection then. Yeah, PFP collection. Are you all set, Mitch, for the launch, for minting? Is the only thing to talk about the badges, or is there something before that?
No, I think it's good. I'm just adding in the last addresses now for the allow list. In 2 hours from now, I'll unpause the contract and then people can start minting. So that'll be 24 hours ahead of our minting party. So I think all of that immediate stuff is good to go. I just want to test maybe how much it'll cost, like give an estimate how much it'll cost to mint. But I think it'll be somewhere in the ballpark of $10 to $15 worth of gas, depending obviously on traffic and the price of ETH. But anyway, I think everything's set for that.
Great. Okay, so then it seems like everybody's wondering about people wanted to talk about the badges, or I'm assuming like the integration of the PFPs and the user profile.
Yeah, sure. So I just finished this up with Tosin yesterday. Mo's giving it a review right now. I'm assuming you guys can see my screen. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yep, we see
Maybe
it.
so.
Yes.
Okay, great. Where should we start? Right here. So the simplest thing will be users adding in their NFTs or their PFPs as their profile pic. So they'll be able to add it in there. They'll go to edit profile. Sorry, I gotta find everything the way it's put here. Edit profile. From here, they upload a new picture. They can upload a flat image as always, or they can upload their Giver PFP. This copy is not final. I haven't touched the copy at all, but basically we check on the subgraph. If they own any of these Giver PFPs, in case they don't have any, we show a sorry. If they do, we show them the ones that they own. They'll be able to select it, save it, and then it'll show up as a profile pic. So that's like pretty straightforward. And then after that, if they put a giver's PFP as their profile picture, we'll recognize that, and they'll get like a little badge that shows up where they show up on the app. So for example, here on the Give Power page, they'll have that as well. And on the donors page, they'll have little badges that show up when they make donations. If they own a project, on the All Projects page, they'll have a badge there. And also if on this page as well, so like the single project page, the project owner will have a badge that shows up. If they click on it, let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. So then, yeah, they can hover. It'll show them like some more information, like, hey, this person owns a giver's PFP. Check it out, and then they click on the badge. It'll take them to the OpenSea page, which shows like more of the data about the NFT, like all of the traits that it has, the rarity, everything like that. Maybe if they want to buy it, or they can see if it's been traded or anything like that. But it'll just give them like the more complete description of the NFT that person owns. And then lastly, the only other addition is like once this is live, then we can add it to the minting page, that like when people mint their PFPs, they can go directly to adding it as their profile picture on the Giveth app.
Is there a way that we can make that like by default one click and not make them make so many clicks for that? Like that seems like if you're buying a PFP, that's like it's your Giveth PFP, right? Like you shouldn't need to do all of that work to get it to be your PFP. It should almost be like just, I mean, if it could, it's almost like a pop-up when they buy it, you know, or something.
I think there's a couple different steps, right? Because they have the minting page, then they go to their, then like use as profile picture. Like this won't be ready today, obviously, or this week.
Yeah.
But then they use his profile picture, and then it could take them right here. Or it can take them even like right to this one.
Yeah, with your NFTs already loaded up and you just pick one, you know?
Yeah, well, if you have your NFT.
Whoa.
Are you still there, Mitch?
Oh, no, good. I don't hear Mitch. I was like, oh no, is it my internet?
So if you have more than one, you
I
can
think. Yes, I think the idea is normally, you're using your PFP, you have your profile picture, and you want to, upload a new profile picture. So, we still have the process where you could actually, upload a new profile picture, but then, you also have your minted NFTs where you could actually select. I think for now, right now, the limit is still, I think the maximum number of NFTs one account could have is still, I think, 5. So maybe most people have maybe 1 or 2, at least maximum 5. You could actually just pick one of those NFTs, one of those NFTs, and then use them as your as a PFP. But then the idea, I think, what Griff is also concerned about is the number of steps. Like you mint your NFTs, and then I think from there you could just immediately you're successful with minting, you select, use it immediately as your profile picture. But then also we're also trying to consider the case where you actually means you do not use as your profile picture, and then but you still have a profile picture right there, and then maybe down the line you decided you want to actually use this particular NFT as your profile picture, or you even want to change from one particular one to another, because most people have maybe more than 1 or 2. So we're also like, that's why we're also creating these steps needed, that okay, you can actually select from your minted NFTs and use this as your profile picture. And I think
Sure,
it also
Can I just jump in there?
sure.
I know, Terry, you want to say something too, but I really like what we did with the Polygon feature, where it's like, hey, we added Polygon. Oh, look, you don't have to go through all this navigation. There's like a very clear, like, oh, look, add a Polygon address. Oh, add a Polygon. Oh, I just added a Polygon address, right? And I understand that we won't have this at launch or anything, but when someone, we should have, if we can detect that they have an NFT in their wallet, which I think we can, just having like some big pop-up somewhere that's like saying, hey, add your NFT as a profile, like make it extremely easy. Like not I have to hide into some feature to find it, but like, oh my God, you spent $70 to $100 on this? Hey, make it. And then also when they're donating, like that little symbol is good, but I would like to see their text bigger, their name bigger picture, and like more of a thing, so that it's like, oh yeah, your donations are really highlighted because you're a giver. Sorry, that's my feedback. Check.
If I
Yeah,
may add
I have
something
it.
here,
Go ahead.
sorry, I just I think you're right, Griff. It makes sense to make it easy, like a pop-up to just select and then use the NFT that you minted for your profile picture. But also, I think it's also necessary to have the flow that Tosin is actually built, because if you miss the pop-up, if you dismiss the pop-up, I mean, there should be some ways to actually be able to do that. So maybe, Tosin, we can just add another extra pop-up to just say that, hey, you have an NFT, and basically you can just tap here and use that as your profile picture, and also keep the current follow that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think we can have easier way. Maybe after the minting in the successful page, we can have a button that says set this PFP to my profile picture, something like this. And when user click this, suddenly set this PFP to his profile picture. Just it.
I think we already have something like this, but then maybe I'll still work on making it more prominent. So the idea is immediately you're done. Welcome giver, you've minted so number of PFPs. You from right from your success page, you could use as, I think we'll probably work on making this more like I said, more visible. So you use as a profile picture, and then immediately you're trying to use as a profile picture. You have this modal showing the number, all your minted NFTs, and then you could just select them and then make them as a profile picture. And I think Mitch made this suggestion right here from this modal. Immediately, maybe once you select a particular NFTs, maybe we'll have it also displays maybe some sort of metadata, and then maybe from there you also have an external link to OpenSea, maybe see more details about a particular PFP you've actually selected. I mean, NFT you've actually selected.
Sorry, my internet died very suddenly. I guess everyone's having bad internet today. That's great. I think we can add a couple things, but my main thing is that like I want to just have some very clear features and not like get this stuck where it was before with too many cooks deciding what this should look like, because I think that's why this took so long, over a year. So I think you have some good points, Griff, like just like the ease of like setting it as your NFT, like as soon as like it detects that you have it. That's great. And I think sure we can add in some more like cosmetics, like around like how their names show up and stuff like that. We'll see how it is, but I want to call this PFP integration done. So we could work on a few of those missing modals and then push forward on it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Okay. Cool, sounds good. So sounds to me like feedback taken, design to be updated a little. Is there anything else on the badges or the PFP integration that we should discuss now on the call?
I have a suggestion. I don't know is it correct or not, but I think it's not a badge. It's a profile picture. So maybe it's better to show it before the name instead of after the name.
I had that thought too. Thanks, Tarek.
Yeah, sure. Great. Awesome. Cool.
Okay.
And the badge.
Yeah. I'm going to just maybe like more of an admin thing, but I think I'm going to try and have weekly meetings apart from this with the integration team. So I'm going to be working with Tarek, Tossin, and probably Amin, and just have like weekly separate updates to keep this going forward and not take up everyone else's time.
Yeah, okay. So Regen Farms, redesign is ready for testing, right, Jared?
Yeah, I think it's ready. Maybe we have some bugs. I don't know because I didn't check it a lot. Just watching what happened. Just watch and try to implement the what we have in the Figma. I have some question about the switch network that we have in the new design. It should switch to the active and archive farms. For example, if it's on, we should only show the archive farms or not.
What do you mean?
In the Figma, we have a switch, or let me share my screen. Maybe it's better. Figma. Okay, loading.
Yeah. Do you have the preview link, Jarek, as well? Or is it like where is this? Where can it be tested?
I should create a link for you to test
Okay.
easier. Yeah.
Okay. I have the
Yeah.
Figma open.
In the top, I think Tosin is on it. Yes. Yes. When we make the switch on, we're gonna show only the archive farms or active farms and archive farms.
I think we should show all, right?
Show all. Okay.
No, I think we've discussed this, Lauren. I think the idea was to actually, I think what we had formerly was we still have, you're showing both active and archive cards, but we wanted to maybe completely separate them. So maybe when the toggle is on, you switch to just the archive cards, you actually see just only the archive cards or like all are not active cards. And then maybe when you toggle the switch back on, you're seeing just, you're interacting just the all your active cards. So like maybe we're separating both completely.
What's the
Yeah, I
reason?
agree with
Yeah.
Tosin because it's like a switch. We switch between active and archive farms. And I don't know, is there any?
Do you want to see all or do you want to see some? And I think that's, I don't know. I think this is better, but like if you guys insist, then okay, we can make it. It's just like I think this is nice. It's like it fills in. Oh, okay, cool. So this is like everything that is and ever was.
Yeah, it's okay to have, but is there any reason that a user want to see all the forms together? Maybe he wants to compare them together or something like this.
No, maybe I had like something staked here and I want to unstick it and then stick it over here, Like I want to unstick from an inactive pool and then stick it in the active pool without having to change views.
Okay, so I can change it if we decide to have all of them together.
this isn't for the streams, right? Because all the streams should always be there. Because they're active, even if the
Yeah.
pool isn't. Like the cult stream
They
should
already,
always show up.
yeah, they are. They should be. Like the region streams are like now like their own thing, but it's like, yeah. Do you want to see the archive ones or?
Great.
I don't know. I don't think it matters that much, but
Okay,
Honestly, I wouldn't nitpick on this. I think this has very few users, honestly. So we probably don't want to make extra changes. We just push forward because it doesn't have that many users right now.
that's fair. Okay. So I guess just maybe instead of doing more work on it, then Cherrick, you can just leave it like how you already did it with the switch.
okay. So I will post the. I will send the URL to test
Perfect.
the GIVeconomy. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds good. And tag me and tag Mary Jaffa as well, because she was asking in the chat if we could let her know if something's ready for test.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Okay, cool. Well, that's great. Next. So yeah, I just wanted to, last week we were talking about Polygon a lot, and I just wanted to make sure that we're all set so that GiveBacks is gonna work well on Polygon. Is Mohammed still here? Oh, he's like a black face, black.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
It was on my camera of laptop. Yeah, the Polygon, it's almost done. It needed very small change, so it's okay for Polygon. Yeah.
For GiveBacks?
For givebacks, yeah, it's I meant the givebacks for Polygon because
Okay.
it didn't need any change.
Great.
But for the Chainvine and referral, I started that. Not much progress, but I should do it.
Do you need anything? Do you need like anything communicated here, or you just need more time?
No, I need more time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So Chainvine, Polygon, good. Everybody mentioned, a lot of people mentioned in their check-in about talking about optimism. I guess this is like integrating optimism chain. Is there anything that we need to clear up? I didn't even know this was happening. Great.
For optimism, in the backend side, we did almost most of the things, but we have some problems with the infra and our CI/CD. Something might not be related to optimism. If we can do that, I think the Jerry, can you say about the front-end progress on that?
Yeah, I think the front end is finished. We just need the back end to test it. That's it, because I implement all thing and do some tests. Thanks, Mohammed, for working on the back end. Yeah.
I'm really curious. Optimism, like what about Cello? Do you guys work on Cello at all? No, because Cello's
No.
actually giving us money. Optimism, we're just asking for money still.
Oh,
Cello's the one that, well, Cello, we're like going through, the only thing blocking getting money from Cello is KYC. So
Where did this come from?
What?
Where did this come from? How did we start working on optimism?
Yeah, did that happen like yesterday or something? Was it like emergency support? I had a conversation with Mateo saying like it's too late. Like it would have been great if we would have done it last week or 2 weeks ago, but it's too late to get it up right now. It's not wasted work. We will get money from Optimism to do this, you know?
But we shouldn't launch it before our grant goes through. So maybe we should stop working on it and start working on Cello.
Yeah.
But don't get rid of it. Just like
Yeah,
put it on.
Yeah, it's great work, but it was too little, too late.
Too much, too soon.
Too much, too soon. Yeah. Well, no, it would have been fine. Actually, honestly, if we would have thought to do it like 3 weeks ago, because of the optimism, retroactive public goods funding, and all that action, that would have been super cool. But yeah.
Well, we didn't think about it then. Oh, I get it. That's what you meant by too little, too late. Okay. Our grant hasn't passed yet. So this kind of brings us to the question of like information flow from like grants team to dev team. Like, who's responsible for being like, we got this grant, now we need to build this thing?
Generally, I just tell someone.
Okay. But that's not what happened now. Okay, well, I think that maybe
Yeah,
somebody
I didn't. Yeah.
it should be somebody's like responsibility, maybe it's Yas or something. Yas connecting with Monique and yeah.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Mateo, and Mateo was hot to trot to do it. I don't know who heard someone say, "Hey, we should build this on optimism." Did someone who's the source?
I think Matthew and Monique. Both of them told me about it, and I just started working on it, and it's not too much. I think it finished on 3 or 4 hours, and it's okay in the front end. But I think it needs more efforts on the back end.
Cool.
Great. Yeah, and I mean we also have to make a token list, and we have to do all these other little things, I'm sure. But that's great. We will get on optimism, and if we don't get this grant, then we might even just do it without the grant and go for retroactive public goods funding, But yeah, it's just that's funny.
Great. Okay, so Mohammed, when you're working on the back end for the next chain, make it be Cello.
I think that chain-bind thing for give back calculation has more priority. Am I right?
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely.
I can jump to Cello.
Yeah, but before optimism, Cello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another priority I don't know about. Cello, optimism.
Got it.
Got it. Awesome.
Good. Okay.
Wow, I'm glad we talked about that. Okay, cool. So then I have there's like a couple of things for Give Power. I wanted to let you know, I just made a forum post. I mean, it's relevant to everybody. I just added the forum post for requesting more incentives for Give Power, because we're actually going to run out by April 18th. April 18th, it'll be like notify reward, nothing. So I'm requesting more give for that, so you can vote in there. It's up for advice process, and then it's like relevant to. I made a table that shows the percentage of the total that would go out every 2 weeks, and I hope that I hope you like it. I hope it's what you want. Okay, cool. I posted in the chat. And everybody can go in there and jump in and vote. I'll make it on Snapshot after too. Then the other thing I wanted to just maybe breathe life into again was this making the ranking reorder immediately. This sort of not the ranking, but the organization of projects on the project page. We did talk about it in the Give Power workshop, and kind of briefly, and people were like, yeah, that sounds great. And I put out a Twitter poll, and everybody was like, yeah, that sounds great. So 26 people voted and 81% were like, yeah, I would love to see that happen. So I don't know, I want to just revisit this conversation, see if we want to actually put effort into this and make it happen. So Griff, what do you think? Griff likes it.
I think you all know I've been ranting and raving about this concept since the 2 largest donors really want that. I think we should do it.
Yeah, do you have time, Amin, to look at this?
Sorry, I didn't get the exact question. What's the update that you said that you have Made a Twitter to say what? Sorry, it's not clear for me yet.
Right. So you remember a little while ago we were talking about, wouldn't it be nice if like you could put a bunch of give power on a project and then immediately it would show up first, even though the rank wouldn't change, the give power rank wouldn't change until like all the data is averaged in the next round, but you could move it. So the project ordering, the project sorting would be dynamic based on how much give power is on the projects at that moment.
Only for only for that user, right?
For
No,
every user.
for every user.
Only for that user. Sorry, let me turn off my notification.
For every user.
Yeah.
So like me, I have 100 million give, and I put it on the stand up for Web3 Iranians project. Now it's the first one on the project page, even though it's still rank number 15.
And only for me, not for others. So
no, for everybody. Everybody sees the same project sorting.
So everybody looked at project at the top?
Yeah, everyone sees that at the top.
So what's the meaning of ranking so far? We use it only for give back?
Exactly. The ranking is used for give backs, but the project sorting is more dynamic.
Project sorting is basically done by projected rank. And it's immediate, not every 4 hours, but it's immediate based off of project sorting is by give power, like total give power.
Yeah. Every time a user changes the power, currently we snapshot powers by every 4 hours. We retrieve the value from the network every 4 hours, right? So when I stake lots of give and get give power, it happens on chain, but on impact graph we don't have any information of it. We should wait for maybe 4 hours to get the next snapshot, retrieve user balance, and say, okay, that person has 1 million give, right? So in the impact graph backend, we don't have updated prices, updated powers, unless we add a module to monitor the network and fetch the events, keep the updated balance for everyone. It needs some development, right? It's one thing. And if we have it, then by every manipulation of the boosting by a user, we should update the net tables, and maybe we must I'm afraid of some attack. Someone very fast change the boosting, very fast, and we need to recompute everything again and again, and it's not efficient. I know you need some gamification that we can say that, okay, your update will be affected in 5 minutes. Is it nice, or in 1 minute? Is it fine for you?
But what is better consideration is this, like, so you're saying that you could do it for every individual user and manipulate their screen, and that would work better? Like
some that can work. Shorik is a master of that. Retrieve the information from subgraph in the front end and say, okay, like what we did for ranking. You remember that when you boost a project, ranks change and say, okay, your future rank is this. It has gamification. It's not exact, but it has gamification. For that user, we can do it. We can put it on top, but it's not as easy as it's not as easy. I think it's possible. It's possible on the front end to show it something on top. If user has boosted a lot, has boosted the project a lot, we can do it. We can show it on the front end. In my view, Shorik, I can discuss it with Shorik, because for instance, for any user, we retrieve his power on the front end and get the list of boosted project by him, and compute the power that the project gets by that user, and say, okay, that project will get this power, right? So it should be put on rank 2.
And then only
yeah.
that user would see it at rank 2, but they would see it
Exactly.
immediately. They would see it immediately.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
if someone goes to the page, maybe like sometime later, they would see it too, but they
4
wouldn't
hours.
see it immediately.
After 2 weeks. Someone
No.
should go.
Maybe, I mean, could we make it so that, like, okay, that user sees it immediately, and like this giant Ken suggestion in the chat, and then at 4 hours, when we recalculate the user's give power balance and we recalculate all of the snapshots, then every user sees the new sorting. So it's like,
Yeah,
I do the
it's
project, I
possible.
see it second, in 4 hours, everyone sees what I see.
Yeah, it's achievable faster. We don't need to monitor the chain. I keep the updated power for every user. It's attainable faster, and we can look only at the latest snapshot, latest sync snapshot, retrieve powers by them, and say, okay, this defines the ranking. It's doable.
And how much work is it on these snapshots? Like if we made the snapshot every half an hour, would that be okay?
That's okay. That's okay. I think it's okay to make it half hour, but for on every half hour, we try to balance up every user, every booster, and it's not a big deal in my view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not a big deal. You said?
No. I think we should only find the block number corresponding to that time, and then retry to balance every user on that time from the impact graph.
How about every 15 minutes? Give me 15.
I'm
Where's the
concerned
line?
about
Where's the line?
VRB blocked. I'm concerned VRB blocked by we are blocked by impact graph because our backend will inquire a lot to subgraph, but I think we can solve it. We should discuss it with the impact graph subgraph team to say that, okay, we have a server that will generate lots of queries. Subgraph has limitation per IP address. Queries and an IP address can query them, and we should and the operation side we can change the time, we can change the durations, but we should be sure that everything will be fine. Everything will work. We are not stuck by being blocked by some third-party services.
Cool. Okay, so I guess continue the research, and the other thing is, we can, if we have this other snapshot that's happening just for give power sorting, we don't have to use it for the givebacks. We can use the canonical every 4 hour things for givebacks, and we don't have to change anything there. We could just do another snapshots that we're just using for sorting the default sort on the page. I don't know if that's easier or harder, but however you guys want to play it, just know that we don't have to. Givebacks is one thing. The give power sort is a different thing. Okay, so this brings up a very interesting point, though. So with the Celo grant, what we're trying to do is we're actually going to deploy everything on Celo. Or this is the request. We want to deploy give power staking on Celo. So, if we're doing this give power staking, we're going to be, this is a big one. We're asking for a lot here. We're going to deploy give power staking, and that means that, the snapshot, if someone, their give power will be attributed to them on Celo too. It's going to be interesting. Like, we're going to need to add up their give power from Gnosis and add it to the give power that they have on Celo. Does that impact anything here?
Does that make sense to me?
Yeah, on the back end, we need to handle 2 networks. It's possible if our backend will be more complex. I liked, we decompose our backend and implement all give power handling thing as different servers. I still think about it, but I like the idea of deploying everything on Solo again, because there is no reliable easy bridge that handles such complexity for us. We should transfer assets and messages to other network, call another smart contract, and it's not easy. It's the idea theoretically. It's an idea. It's a type of bridge, but we cannot do it, and we should deploy everything on Solo. Yeah, to make it short, to say it short, with single give power, we every 4 hours we take a snapshot of percentages, retrieve the block number, and retrieve balances of every user. So now we should have 2 balances. We have 2 block numbers, 2 balances, one for Solo, one for Nasis, and add up these 2, and yeah, it's possible. More complex, but it's possible.
Yeah.
At least in your architecture for doing this app, you should definitely consider, like, we don't need to build that for Solo today or tomorrow, but like you should definitely consider it, because it will eventually be that we have deployments on Solo, deployments on Optimism, deployments on Arbitrum, Mantle, ZK, EVM on Polygon. We're going to have give power staking everywhere if people will pay us to do it, So it should be part of the consideration when you're working on this feature.
I know.
Okay.
Can I ask a quick question around that? Does governance strategies will be able to see where Give is in different chains right now, or will it need a little bit more work or time?
I didn't catch that. Can you say that again?
Yes, those snapshot strategies or governance strategies will be able to see the different tokens in different chains.
Yeah, it already does on mainnet and Gnosis.
Yeah,
it's very easy to add new chains to look for Giveth for snapshot.
Yep. Great. Well, that's great. Okay. Oh man, my computer's hot and making noise. Can you guys hear me still? Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay, cool. We have a couple more things on the agenda. I just want to make sure that we go through. I feel good about this give power discussion so far. Can we move on? Yeah. It's good to chew on the things and the wheels are turning. So yeah, the other things that are here are Taketh page. I just wanted to bring this up because it's it would be nice to have this done by April 1st. Mo just put up a design for this Taketh landing page, and it's a really super simple landing page. And I'm wondering if we could just somehow squeeze this in on some front end work. It's basically a joke for April Fools. That's
Also, I should actually add that the structure is the same as the referral landing page. So maybe we can just copy paste a lot of code from the referral landing. I'm just waiting for Rodri to replace the illustration on the top. The rest of the page is basically done. Sorry, Lauren.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess Cherik is our only front end dev here. Cherik, I guess this would be. Can you imagine that someone would be able to whip this up really quick? Like Mo said, it's pretty similar to the chain binding page.
Yes, we have bandwidth to handle it. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. So I'll just make sure that, or I'll talk to Ahmad and make sure that gets assigned then sometime this week. I also wanted to just check in really quickly. Oh, Mateo's not here. Is Carlos here? No. Mount Pelerin. Hey guys, we need to test Mount Pelerin. If you haven't tried on-ramping, and you can, use your credit card to on-ramp some crypto and then donate it. It would be useful to make sure that like we're all set to launch. I think that's like really the only blocker for launch. So I just wanted to bring it up here again. And I can put the test link in the chat. It is this. This is it. Cool. All right. And then the last things I have here are, well, Santi mentioned that you had some updates on the NFT integration.
Yeah, I've been researching, and Alchemy is launching a new SDK. They have started adding templates. Right now, they only have one, but they are intending to keep adding more and more. The template they have is it's very, very, very easy to just create and launch an app that can check the NFTs from a particular a particular address or particular collection, just introducing the contract number and so on. That could be interesting in the future when we decide if we want to. Are you here?
Yeah. Which one were you talking about? It's
create three. Let me just post it here on the chat window. It's Alchemy, and okay, there we go. Then if they are also just launching a new product which is called ETH Wallet, I believe, and that is to integrate NFTs with iOS wallet and Android wallet, so you can in real life check if someone owns an NFT to give him pass or the right to get into a place or get a discount or whatever. So what's going on here is that there's little by little there's more and more tools launching and SDKs launching. So at the end of the day, we're getting more and more tools to integrate with NFT ownership and decide whatever you want to do with those that own the NFT. Like for instance, with this Ethereum Pass that Alchemy is launching, we could say like, okay, you want to join or you want to spend some time on the Giveth house, you got to have a PFP NFT in order to be able to access the house. And of course, if there's room, things like that. Okay. So that's pretty cool. That's what I wanted to add there.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. Okay, thanks, Santi. That's an awesome update. I'm wondering, yeah, I don't if there's any like next steps here. Like, it's nice to just like bring it up and keep discussing. I don't know if we have the bandwidth to like really push forward on this NFT integration stuff, or what we should do about it. So, what do you guys think? Pass. Cool. If nobody has an opinion, I'm just going to leave it here in the chat, and then we can touch on it again on it just like next week, and yeah, see if we can eventually just pick it up and make it a thing. Yeah, and then just I want to give a quick update on QF. So I think they're really working out a lot of the bugs and hiccups in Passport, and it does still seem like probably ideally the way forward with a QF thing is to integrate Passport first. So I have a meeting tomorrow with the Passport integration guy who like supports all the people with like the parts of the integration, and yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that, and also just like ask if like, yeah, does that seem like the right strategy, or are we like, oh no, not Passport? Definitely.
No, we need Passport, and I wonder if a dev could go with you to that meeting, like Charek or Amin or whoever will be managing the integration.
Amin, do you want to come hang out with me tomorrow? Or Charek? Either is good. Let's see. It's tomorrow at 3 p.m. CET.
So an hour before the dev call, or before the community call.
Yeah, it's an hour before the community call. Amin and Jarek have shut off their videos and gone for lunch.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted. What's the subject?
So you know how we were talking about integrating quadratic funding on Giveth? The first step we would take is integrating Gitcoin Passport, which is like kind of like but integrating Gitcoin Passport into Giveth somehow. So I set up a meeting with the guy on the Gitcoin side who's responsible for onboarding people to Passport and helping them out with any problems in integration. And that meeting is tomorrow, an hour before the community call. And I'm wondering if either of you would want to come and join me for this meeting, or whichever person is like, yeah, going to be like the most valuable to understanding what's required for that integration.
I
The
think
time
it's
is
good.
good. I can attend. Okay.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, the time is good for me. I can attend.
Great. I'll invite you then, Amin. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you. Okay. We have 1 minute left. Are there any other pressing things?
Amina and Charik, I put the docs for Gitcoin Passport on in the chat. Just maybe give it a quick scan before going to the call. And really the thing is this will be something that we integrate on the user level, like if they're a Passport user or not, and yeah, if they have a valid passport or not. That's pretty much the goal. I don't think it's going to be that crazy.
Yeah, I think you linked to deprecated. It even says Passport SDK deprecated. So I just put the other one that the guy sent me a couple of days ago.
Cool.
Great. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. This was a super fun call. I enjoyed it so much, and I will see you all later.